If you're hearing this tonight, it is not an accident. Out of all the videos you could be watching, God led you here in this quiet moment before sleep. Maybe your heart is tired, maybe your mind is noisy, or maybe you just need to feel safe again. Tonight, we're going to slow down, breathe, and give this whole day back to the Lord. We will thank Him for every hidden protection and rest under His peace and His wings. Let this be your safe place with God as you fall asleep in His loving care tonight, held and protected. Now that you've arrived in this still, gentle moment with God, let's whisper a truth that can change the way you see this night. Nothing in your life is random. Every step that brought you to this video, every scroll, every click, every small decision today has led you right here, right now. You didn't just happen to press play. The Lord, who sees the end from the beginning, has been quietly guiding you, even when you felt lost or alone. In the unseen, there is a holy order, a loving plan, a spiritual tapestry being woven with every joy and every tear. You may think this is just another video, another noise in the background before sleep, but heaven does not see it that way. Tonight, this is a meeting. This is a gentle appointment of grace between your tired heart and a God who has been watching over you all day long. The spiritual world is not chaos. It is full of purpose, timing, and careful design. God knew the kind of day you would have. He knew the weight you would carry, the questions that would trouble your mind, the quiet ache you might not even know how to name. And He chose this exact moment to reach for you. You are not late. You are not early. You are exactly on time for what He wants to whisper into your soul. Let that sink in for a moment. You are in the right place, at the right time, hearing words you were meant to hear. As you rest your head on your pillow, you can let go of the feeling that life is just happening to you by accident. The same God who painted the stars is watching over the details of your story. Tonight, you are seen, you are led, and you are gently being prepared to receive the peace, protection, and deep thanksgiving that your heart has been longing for all day. As you continue to listen and let your heart slow down, there is something very important we need to honor together. What you are feeling right now truly matters. Your emotions tonight are not just passing moods or random waves that come and go for no reason. The worry, the heaviness, the quiet sadness, the little spark of hope, the tired relief at the end of a long day, none of it is meaningless. All of it is part of how God is gently reaching for you. Think of your heart like a small, sensitive compass. The way it aches, the way it longs, even the way it feels restless or empty, can be a holy signal pointing you back to Him. Maybe you feel anxious about tomorrow, or disappointed about something that didn't work out, or lonely in a way you can't explain. Maybe you feel grateful, but also strangely uneasy. Whatever is stirring inside you right now is not something you have to hide or push away. Tonight, your emotions are not your enemy. They are invitations. They are saying, "Come closer to the one who understands you completely." The Lord sees every unspoken feeling and every hidden tear. He is not surprised by your moods. He is not annoyed by your questions. He uses even your confusion, your longing, your numbness as a gentle knock on the door of your soul. So instead of judging how you feel, just notice it and bring it into the light of His presence. Tell God, simply and honestly, "This is how I feel tonight." In His eyes, your feelings are not weak or silly. They are precious, and they are part of the way He is leading you. As you recognize that, you can begin to rest, knowing there is a deeper purpose behind even the emotions that seem messy or unclear. Tonight, your heart is speaking, and heaven is listening. In the same gentle way we've given space to your feelings, let's also look at your thoughts tonight with kindness and respect. Your inner world is not just emotion. It is also the steady stream of ideas, questions, memories, and pictures passing through your mind. And just like your feelings, your thoughts are not accidents. They are not random noise that God ignores. Every thought that rises, every small why, every quiet what if, every memory that suddenly appears, each one can carry meaning in your spiritual journey. You may think of some of your thoughts as useless, distracting, or even annoying. Maybe as you lie here in the dark, your mind jumps from one thing to another. Something embarrassing you said years ago, a task you forgot today, a hope for tomorrow, a worry about someone you love. It can feel messy, scattered, and out of control. But from heaven's point of view, this inner movement is not chaos. It is a living, breathing part of your soul, and God is right there in the middle of it. There is no such thing as a completely stray thought when it comes to your walk with the Lord. Even the thoughts that seem random can be gentle indicators of what needs His touch, His healing, or His guidance. That sudden thought about someone you haven't seen in years, it might be a nudge to pray for them. That recurring idea about changing something in your life, it might be a seed God is planting in your heart. That worry you can't seem to shake, it might be an invitation to hand that specific area over to His care. Your mind is not working against God as much as you fear. In ways you cannot fully see, it is being drawn, shaped, and directed by a love greater than your understanding. Yes, sometimes your thoughts are anxious. Sometimes they are dark or heavy. Sometimes they are light and hopeful. But all of them, when brought honestly into God's presence, can become part of your conversation with Him. They can become prayer. Think about your thoughts like clouds moving across the night sky. Some are soft and gentle, others are thick and stormy. You don't have to cling to each cloud. You don't have to fight them, chase them away, or judge them. You can simply notice them and then let them pass as you quietly say, Lord, you see this too. I give this thought to you. In that simple act of handing your thoughts to God, they are no longer just mental noise. They become steps on your spiritual path. Maybe tonight, your mind keeps replaying scenes from the day, an argument, a mistake, a small victory, a moment of kindness. These replayed moments can show you where your heart is still tender, where you feel guilty, where you need forgiveness, or where you are deeply grateful. Instead of being angry at your mind for not being quiet, you can listen and let those thoughts guide you into a deeper night prayer. Thank you, Lord, for this day. Thank you for what went well. Please forgive what I did wrong. Heal what still hurts, and help me rest now in your peace. Even those wandering thoughts that seem unrelated to anything important can be used by God. Perhaps they show your hidden fears, your unspoken dreams, the people you care about more than you realize. When a random thought appears, you can pause and ask gently, Lord, is there something you want to show me here? You don't have to force an answer. Just asking opens a quiet door for God's guidance. And remember, your mind being active at night does not mean God is far away. It often means He is close. The Holy Spirit can move even through your tired, tangled thinking. He can whisper through a memory, highlight a word, soften a harsh thought, or slowly bring a restless mind into still waters. Little by little, as you keep turning your thoughts back to Him, your soul learns a new habit. Instead of spiraling into fear, it leans into trust. Tonight, as you prepare to sleep, you don't need to control every thought. You don't need to be ashamed of the ones that feel ugly or confused. Simply bring them into the light of God's love. Let each thought, good or bad, clear or messy, become a small offering. Here it is, Lord. This is what is in my mind. I give it to you. Thank you for staying with me in it. When you do this, your mind is no longer just a place of worry. It becomes a sacred space where God meets you. Your inner life is not separate from your faith. It is woven into it. The questions you ask in your head, the stories you tell yourself, the pictures you imagine, these can all be places where God gently redirects you, reassures you, or calls you into deeper trust. So, as you lie here, if another thought comes, don't be discouraged. Let it rise. Notice it. Offer it to God and let it drift away, over and over, softly, without pressure. In this way, your thoughts become like small steps along a quiet path, leading you toward rest in Him. Your mind, instead of being an enemy to your peace, can become a doorway into it. Right now, in this moment, your thoughts are not working against your night prayer. They are part of it. Each one can be wrapped in a simple, "Thank you, Lord," or "Help me, Lord," or "I trust you, Lord." And as you keep doing that, a deep truth begins to settle over you. Your life is not random, your feelings are not random, and even your thoughts are not random. All of them are being gently gathered into God's loving hands. Let that awareness soothe you. You are not alone with your mind. The one who created you understands every thought before it even forms. He is not afraid of your questions, and He is not tired of your inner noise. Tonight, He invites you to rest, knowing that your thoughts are seen, held, and lovingly used as part of the beautiful, sacred journey He is leading you on. And as you sink more deeply into that trust, your mind can finally grow quiet and your body can relax as you fall asleep in His peace and protection. After laying your thoughts gently in God's hands, let's widen the view and see something even more comforting. You have never been walking through this life on your own. Heaven has been active around you, not just watching from far away, but quietly, tenderly, guiding your steps. So many times, it may have felt like you were just stumbling from one thing to another, guessing, hoping, trying your best, not sure if you were doing it right. Maybe you've looked back on seasons of your life and thought, did any of that make sense? Was I just wandering? But from God's side, there has always been a path, even when you could not see it. The Lord is not a distant observer of your story. He is the author, the shepherd, the steady hand on the wheel, even when your life has felt like a storm. Think about the small turns your day took today, the little delays, the conversations you didn't plan, the moments you were held back or pushed forward. Think about how you somehow ended up here, listening to this, at this exact time of night. None of that is random. Heaven is not asleep. Even when you feel like nothing is happening, God is weaving circumstances, closing some doors, opening others, and gently arranging moments so that you are brought step by step toward what is good for your soul. Sometimes His guidance looks like a strong yes, a clear opportunity, a deep peace, an open road. Other times, it looks like a no you didn't want, something that didn't work out, a plan that fell apart, a path that suddenly ended. In the moment, those no's can hurt. They can make you feel forgotten or rejected, but so often they are protection. They are heaven's way of saying, not this way. I have something better, safer, kinder for you ahead. You may not see it yet, but the one who sees everything is steering you away from cliffs you didn't even know were there. There has never been a single step you took that God could not use. Even the choices you now regret, the seasons you would rather erase, the roads that seemed like dead ends, He has not thrown any of it away. In His hands, nothing is wasted. He is able to take even your wrong turns and fold them into a story of mercy, growth, and healing. What looked like a failure can become the place where you discovered grace. What felt like being lost can become the road where you finally learned to lean on Him. Right now, as you lie here, you might be thinking, I don't see any plan. I just feel tired, confused, or stuck. And that is okay. You do not have to see the whole map to be safely guided. A child walking with a loving parent doesn't always know where they're going. They just know whose hand they are holding. In the same way, heaven has been holding your hand, even in the days when you felt completely alone. The Lord has been walking beside you on busy streets, in silent rooms, through hard news and quiet joys. Sometimes His guidance has come through people, a word of encouragement at the right time, someone who showed up when you needed help, a friend who listened, a stranger who was kind. Sometimes it has come through a strong feeling inside, a sudden sense of this isn't right for me, or an unexpected peace when you decided to take a step of faith. Sometimes it has come through circumstances you could not control, a move, a change, a delay, a closed door that forced you to turn in a new direction. Through it all, heaven has been active, not passive. You may think back to a moment in your life when, looking back now, you can see that if things had gone the way you wanted, you might have been hurt, broken, or on a path that would have led you far from God's best. At the time, it only felt like disappointment. But now, perhaps you can see traces of protection in that pain. That same faithful love is holding you tonight. Even when you do not understand, He is still good. Even when you feel uncertain, He is still guiding. You are not walking through a dark forest with no one to lead you. You are following a shepherd who knows every corner, every shadow, every hidden danger. He goes before you. He walks beside you. He comes behind you. When you take a step, He is there. When you stand still, He is there. When you fall, He is there to lift you up. There is no moment of your journey that He has not already seen, no twist in the road that surprises Him. So when you look at your life and see confusion, heaven sees a path. When you see only wandering, heaven sees a journey. When you feel like you've been going in circles, heaven knows exactly where you are and where you are going. You are not off course. You are not too late or too far gone. You are not behind. You are on a path that God is able to lead, correct, and redeem, one small step at a time. Tonight, let this truth sink gently into your heart. You have been brought here to this quiet moment on purpose. God knew you would need peace. He knew you would need comfort. He knew you would need to be reminded that you are not abandoned to chance. This video, this prayer, this stillness, it is part of His care for you. It is one of the ways heaven is touching earth in your life right now. And because heaven is actively guiding you, you don't have to carry the pressure of controlling everything. You can release the heavy need to figure out every detail of your future before you sleep. You can stop replaying every step of your past, trying to rewrite it in your mind. You can rest in the truth that the same God who guarded you through today will watch over you through the night and will still be guiding you when tomorrow comes. As you breathe in slowly and exhale the worries of this day, imagine placing your journey into God's hands, your past, your present, your future. Picture Him holding it gently with perfect understanding and perfect love. He is not confused about your story. He is not overwhelmed by your situation. He is not unsure of what to do next. Heaven is not in a panic. Heaven is at peace, and that peace is reaching out to you. Let yourself be small in His presence. Let yourself be led. You don't have to be the one with the plan. You only need to be the one who is willing to trust. Even if your trust is fragile, even if it's mixed with doubt and questions, bring it as it is. God can work with that. He can guide a trembling heart. He can lead a tired soul. He can direct a mind that feels scattered. His guidance does not depend on your strength. It flows from His unchanging love. As you drift closer to sleep, remember, no step you have taken today was outside of His sight. No road you will walk tomorrow will be outside of His reach. Heaven has been active in your story from the very beginning, and heaven will not stop now. You are being led, even when you cannot feel it. You are being kept, even when you do not notice it. You are being carried, even when you think you are walking alone. Rest in that tonight. Let your shoulders soften. Let your breathing slow. Let your heart unclench its grip on fear. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are being gently, faithfully, lovingly guided by the one who knows exactly where you are going and who will never leave you on the way there. As we pause in the warmth of knowing you are being gently led, there is something else that can bring deep comfort. The path you've walked has not been a pile of random moments, but a story where everything is quietly connected. When you look back over your life, it might feel, at first, like a mixture of bright memories, painful seasons, ordinary days, and strange detours that never quite made sense. Some days felt important, others felt empty. Some doors opened so easily, others slammed shut without warning. You might wonder, what was the point of all of that? But in God's hands, nothing has been wasted. Every season, every meeting, every goodbye, every unexpected turn has been gently tied together, leading you to this very night, this very breath, this very prayer. Think of your life like a book God is writing with you. Some chapters were full of joy and laughter. Others were dark and heavy, with pages that felt too painful to read again. There were chapters that seemed slow, quiet, almost boring, just the same routines, the same faces, the same places. You might have been tempted to think, these pages don't matter. But to God, there are no filler chapters. Every scene has a purpose in the bigger story He is telling through your life. The small, almost forgettable events often carry more weight than you realize. A conversation in a hallway, a change in schedule, a chance encounter, a moment you decided to be kind, or to walk away, or to try again. These little threads have been woven together, creating paths you didn't know you were walking. Maybe a job you didn't get led you to another place where you met someone who changed your life. Maybe a delay kept you safe, even though at the time it just felt annoying. Maybe a season of waiting deepened your character in ways you now rely on every day. Even your pain has not been pointless. The heartbreaks that left you breathless, the disappointments that made you cry in secret, the losses that shook you, none of it is meaningless to your Father in heaven. He saw every tear. He felt every tremor. And somehow, in a way only He can, He takes even those broken pieces and fits them into a bigger picture of growth, compassion, and wisdom. The parts of your story you wish had never happened can become the very places where His love shines the strongest. Tonight, as you lie here, you are not just a person who had another random day. You are someone who has been carried through years of hidden grace. All the days that came before your childhood memories, the first time you felt truly loved, the moments you felt rejected, the times you failed, the times you tried again, have brought you to this quiet space where your heart is open enough to listen and receive. This moment is connected to everything that came before. You are not floating alone in time. You are standing in the middle of a carefully held, deeply known story. Even the ordinary details of today are part of that connection. The people you spoke to, the thoughts that passed through your mind, the small choices you made, the things that went well, the things that didn't, tonight's tiredness, tonight's emotions, tonight's need for comfort and peace. All of it is tied into a greater plan that God, in His love, is unfolding. He has been with you from your first breath, and He will be with you in your very last, every moment held together by His faithfulness. Sometimes we only see the pattern when we look back. There may come a day when you look at this very season, the questions, the waiting, the confusion, and realize, oh, that's what you were doing, Lord. That's how you were preparing me. That's how you protected me. That's how you led me here. For now, you may not see the pattern clearly, but you can rest in the truth that God does. He is not guessing. He is not experimenting with your life. He knows exactly what He is doing with every piece. This means you can gently let go of the fear that your life has no direction. It has direction because it has a designer. You can release the heavy belief that some years were simply thrown away. In the hands of God, nothing is thrown away. The years that felt silent, the seasons that felt stuck, the roads that seemed to loop back on themselves, all of them have shaped who you are tonight. More sensitive, more aware, more open to Him than you might have been otherwise. And you can let go, too, of the idea that tonight is just another night. It isn't. It is part of something. The fact that you are here, listening, breathing deeply, opening your heart to God before you sleep, is one more carefully placed piece of your story. This is not a pause outside of real life. This is real life, a sacred moment where heaven leans close, and you say with your tired body and quiet spirit, Lord, I am here. Thank you for today. Hold me as I rest. As you whisper your gratitude for this day, even if it was hard, you are stepping into this truth. Every day is a gift. Every day is a page. Every day is connected to something eternal. The laughter you shared, the kindness you received, the mistakes you made, the lessons you learned, it all matters. Nothing is too small to be seen. Nothing is too broken to be used. Nothing is too ordinary to be loved. So, tonight, rather than looking at your past with only regret or confusion, you can begin to see it as a journey that God has walked with you, even when you didn't notice. Rather than seeing today as a random collection of events, you can see it as part of a loving plan that is still unfolding. Rather than fearing tomorrow as another unknown, you can trust that the same God who has connected all the pieces so far will keep doing so, one gentle day at a time. Let that thought calm you. Your story is held. Your days are known. Your steps are seen. The small moments and the big moments are stitched together by a God who does not miss a thing. You are not living a loose pile of disconnected scenes. You are living a life that matters, a life that is going somewhere, a life that is precious to the one who made you. As you close your eyes, you can say quietly in your heart, "Thank you, Lord, that nothing in my life is wasted. Thank you that even when I don't understand, you are working. Thank you that this day, with all its ups and downs, is part of a bigger story with you." And with that prayer, you can allow yourself to rest, knowing that while you sleep, the God who has been weaving your days together will keep watching, keep caring, and keep writing beauty into your story, even in the dark. And as you begin to notice how each event in your life is woven into something bigger, there is one more tender truth I want you to hear tonight. Your life has a direction, and your life has deep, unshakable value. You are not here by accident. You are not listening to these words by chance. Long before this day began, long before any worry or disappointment touched your heart, the Lord already knew you would be here, in this very moment, lying down, searching for peace. He saw your tired eyes, your racing thoughts, your quiet questions about your own worth. And still, He gently brought you to this place because He wants to remind you, you matter more than you realize. Maybe sometimes you look at your life and feel small, like what you do doesn't really change anything. Maybe you compare yourself to others and think you're behind, off track, or somehow less than. But in God's story, there is no such thing as less than. In His eyes, you are a beloved child, carefully made, intentionally designed, and placed in this world with gifts, experiences, and a journey that no one else can live in your place. You carry a piece of His story that only you can reveal. You are part of a much bigger, holier story than what you can see right now. God is the author, and your life is one of His chapters. Some pages feel bright and joyful. Others are filled with questions, tears, or silence. Yet every page is written with purpose. Even the boring days, even the confusing seasons, even the moments that feel like failure, none of it is wasted. All of it is being held together in His loving hands, moving in a direction, even when you don't yet understand where it's leading. There may be things about your life tonight that you don't like, don't understand, or even feel ashamed of. There may be memories you wish you could erase, decisions you wish you hadn't made, paths you wish you had taken instead. But listen closely. God is able to take even those broken pieces and fit them into a beautiful design. He doesn't throw you away. He doesn't give up on you. He doesn't look at you and see a mistake. He looks at you and sees a precious heart worth rescuing, healing, and guiding. You might say, I don't know what my purpose is. And that's okay. You don't have to figure it all out tonight. Your purpose is not just a career, a title, or a big achievement. Your purpose is first of all to be loved by God, to receive His love, and to let that love flow through you in the ordinary moments of your day. A kind word you speak, a small act of service, a quiet prayer you whisper for someone else. These things seem small to the world, but in God's eyes, they shine with eternal value. Think of your life like a journey at night. You may not see the whole road ahead. You may not have all the answers or a perfect map, but you have a faithful guide. God sees the entire way. From beginning to end, He knows every turn, every valley, every mountain you will climb. And even when you feel lost, He is not lost. Even when you feel stuck, He is still moving. Even when you feel like nothing is happening, He is quietly arranging, preparing, and opening doors you cannot see yet. Sometimes, the feeling of being off track is just your heart not yet seeing the path that God is gently, slowly revealing. Some prayers are answered over years, not minutes. Some purposes unfold over a lifetime, not a single season. But while you wait, your life is not on pause. You are still loved. You are still held. You are still walking inside a divine plan that is bigger than your understanding. So, as you rest tonight, I invite you to let this truth sink deep into your soul. You are not an accident. Your existence is intentional. Your story is sacred. You are part of God's great picture. And if you could see it from His point of view, you would be amazed at how important you really are. Let's bring this to the Lord together in prayer. Loving Father, thank You for the life of the person who is listening right now. Thank You that they are not a random breath in this world, but a carefully formed heart, dreamed of and chosen by You. Thank you for every detail of who they are, their personality, their strengths, even the parts of their story they don't fully understand yet. Tonight, Lord, whisper to their heart that they are not a mistake, not forgotten, not invisible, but deeply loved and wonderfully made. Lord, you know the moments when they have felt worthless, unseen, or left behind. You know the times they have asked, "What am I even here for?" Tonight, I ask you to touch those wounds with your gentle hand. Heal the places in their heart that have been hurt by harsh words, rejection, comparison, or disappointment. Let them feel, maybe for the first time in a long time, that they are precious to you, so precious that Jesus gave his life for them. Father, even when they cannot see the full picture, help them trust that you are leading their life with wisdom and love. When they feel like they have no direction, remind them that you are their direction. You go before them, you walk beside them, and you follow behind them. You are shaping their days, opening and closing doors, guiding their steps in ways they might only understand years from now. Give them the grace to rest in the truth that they do not have to hold their entire future in their own hands, because their future is safe in yours. Tonight, as they lie down, quiet the voice in their mind that says, "I'm not enough, I'm behind, I don't matter." Replace it with your voice, Lord, the voice that says, "You are my child, you are loved, you belong. I have a plan for you." Let this truth flow over them like a warm, gentle blanket, covering their fears, their regrets, and their confusion with your comforting presence. If they are trying to fix everything on their own, teach them how to surrender. If they are blaming themselves for things outside their control, remind them of your mercy. If they are afraid that they have already ruined your plan, show them that your grace is bigger than their mistakes, and that you are able to bring good even from what was broken. Lord, as they close their eyes, let them feel that they are being held not by their own strength, but by your faithful hands. Let their breathing slow, their body relax, and their thoughts soften as they remember, I am here on purpose. God has not forgotten me. My story is not over. Fill their sleep with peace, not anxiety, with reassurance, not fear. And when morning comes, give them a gentle sense of hope, not the pressure to suddenly have it all together, but the quiet confidence that each new day is another page in the beautiful story you are writing with their life. Remind them that they don't have to be perfect to be used by you. All they need is a willing heart and a simple yes to your love. For now, Lord, let them rest. Let them sink into the safety of knowing that their life has direction in you and their worth is secure in your heart. You are watching over them. You are working, even while they sleep. You delight in who they are, not just in what they do. So, child of God, you can let go tonight. You don't have to solve everything before you close your eyes. You don't need to understand your whole purpose in this single moment. It is enough to know that you are loved, you are chosen, and your journey is held within a wise and loving plan. Breathe in slowly, breathe out gently, and rest in the peace of the one who gives your life its true direction and everlasting value. Having gently rested in the truth that your life is guided and precious, now I want to invite you to notice something sacred about this exact moment you are in right now. Not yesterday, not tomorrow. This moment, the way you are lying there, the way this day has unfolded, the thoughts sitting in your mind, the emotions resting in your heart, this is not a random pause in time. This is a carefully chosen, lovingly prepared moment. God has allowed all the threads of your story to meet right here, in this quiet space as you listen. This is the time He has set apart to speak gently to you. Think about it for a second. Out of all the nights in your life, out of all the videos you could be watching, out of all the words you could be hearing before sleep, you are here. You pressed play. You stayed. You are listening. Something in you was searching for comfort, for clarity, for reassurance, for God. And something in God's heart was already waiting for you. It didn't have to be yesterday. Yesterday might have been too rushed, too noisy, too heavy. Your mind might not have been ready to hear what He wants to whisper. It doesn't have to be tomorrow either. Tomorrow carries its own responsibilities, its own unknowns, its own distractions. But tonight there is a softness in the air, a slow quiet in your room, a little more space inside your heart. Tonight is different. Tonight is a doorway. All that you've walked through, every joy, every disappointment, every prayer, every tear, every silence has led you here. The conversations you had, the battles you fought inside your own mind, the moments today when you smiled, and the moments when you almost broke down, they have all gently nudged you toward this still point. It may not feel dramatic, but in God's eyes, this is a meaningful intersection. The weight of your story meeting the warmth of His presence. So if you feel tired, that's okay. If you feel unsure, that's okay. If you feel a little fragile inside, that's okay too. You don't need to be strong to stand in this moment. You don't have to be full of faith or full of energy. You just have to be here. God is not asking you to perform. He's inviting you to receive. This moment is like a soft turning of the heart. Not a loud explosion, not a big public event, just a quiet shift inside, where something old begins to loosen its grip and something new begins to breathe. Maybe it's a new way of seeing yourself. Maybe it's a deeper trust that you are not alone. Maybe it's the courage to lay down what you've been carrying for far too long. Whatever it is, God knows, and He has chosen now as a gentle point of change. Sometimes we think of turning points as big, dramatic scenes, but very often they look exactly like this. A dimly lit room, a tired soul, a simple prayer, and a God who is closer than your own breath. The world might not notice this moment, but heaven does. Heaven leans close when a child of God slows down enough to listen. So as you rest under the title and promise of this night prayer, thanking the Lord for this day and learning to rest in His peace and protection, let your heart accept that this is not just another night. This is a chosen night. A night when God wants to plant a seed of light inside you. A seed that will grow quietly in the days to come. If you can, allow yourself to stop replaying the past for a while. Let go of the what-ifs and if-onlys. Yesterday is in God's mercy. Tomorrow is in God's hands. But right now, this breath, this heartbeat, this gentle pause, this belongs to you and Him together. This is holy ground. Even if it looks like an ordinary bed in an ordinary room, you don't have to strain to hear some complicated instruction. Sometimes, the message God wants to give you is beautifully simple. I am here. I have not forgotten you. You are loved more than you know. You can rest. I am watching over you. Maybe that's the message your soul has been longing to receive, even if you couldn't put it into words. Maybe everything that has brought you to this night, the struggles, the searching, the staying up late, the quiet ache inside has been preparing you to finally hear and believe those gentle truths. If you'd like, you can turn this realization into a soft, simple prayer. You don't have to speak out loud. You can just whisper inside your heart, Lord, if this is your appointed time for me, I'm here, I'm listening. I don't fully understand, but I open my heart to you. Let those words sit with you. Feel how they take the pressure off. You don't need a perfect prayer. You just need a willing heart. God can work with that. God delights in that. Now, let me pray with you and for you as you stand at this quiet doorway of now. Lord, thank you for this listener, for this beloved child of yours who is lying here at the end of the day. Thank you that you have brought them to this precise moment, not a second too early, not a second too late. Thank you that you see the long road behind them and the unseen road ahead, and yet your heart is fully present with them right here. Jesus, you know everything they have carried to this night. You know the weight, the questions, the hopes they barely dare to speak. You know the battles they have fought in silence. You know the times they almost gave up and yet kept going. And you have chosen this gentle moment to draw near in a new way. I ask that, right now, you would shine a soft light in their heart. Let this be a turning point, not one of pressure or fear, but of peace. Let something inside them relax as they realize, God is meeting me tonight. I'm not missing out. I'm not too late. I am right on time with Him. Lord, quiet the noise around them and inside them. Lower the volume of every anxious thought. Let your calm presence settle over them like a warm blanket. If there is a truth they need to remember, a lie they need to let go of, or a step of trust they need to take, begin to whisper it gently into their spirit, even as they drift towards sleep. And as they close their eyes, let them feel that this moment is safe. Safe to be honest, safe to be weak, safe to be small in your arms. You are not rushing them. You are not pushing them. You are simply here, offering them your love, your forgiveness, your guidance, and your rest. Tonight, Lord, let them fall asleep knowing, this is my time to be held by God. This is my time to receive His peace. This is my time to hear His quiet message of love. Guard their dreams. Watch over their body and their mind. Fill their sleep with a sense of being protected, covered, and deeply cared for by you. And when they wake up, may they carry with them a gentle awareness that something shifted, even if they can't fully explain it, that you met them in the stillness of this night at exactly the right time. For now, may they rest, knowing that this moment is no accident, it is a gift. And you, Lord, are here in the middle of it, loving them more than they can imagine. If this night prayer touched your heart, I invite you to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so we can meet here again each night in God's peace and presence. May the Lord bless you, protect you, and give you deep, restful sleep. Good night, and I'll see you in the next prayer.